Hello, one and all. Welcome to TG video entry number 3. And in this video, we are going to take the derivatives of basic functions using the power rule. The power rule is one of the most basic and important rules in calculus. It tells us how to find the derivative of a function in the form of f of x equals x to the n power, where n is any real number. The derivative of x of n with respect to x can be denoted as f prime of x equals n times x to the n minus 1. Remembering the power rule is very crucial in order to succeed in calculus. So, without any further ado, let's move on to some practice problems. So I have written three functions that we want to find the derivative of using the power rule. And so we are going to work from top to bottom here. And we are going to start with f of x equals x squared. Well, in order to do this, we can write out f prime of x equals 2 times x to the 2 minus 1 power. And doing the basic multiplication, that would get us 2x to the 1 power, which would just simply equal to x. This will be the derivative of x squared. Let's take the derivative of f of x equals x cubed now. As we did in the previous step, we could write out f prime of x equals 3 times x to the 3 minus 1. Doing the basic multiplication, that will get us 3x squared. And this will be the derivative of x cubed. And finally, let's do f of x equals x to the 4th power. Write out f prime of x equals 4 times x to the 4 minus 1 power. Doing the basic multiplication, that gets us 4x cubed. And this will be the derivative of x to the 4th power. So as you can see, this is not very hard. So let's move on to more problems here. So we have three more functions here: x to the 5th, x to the 6th, and x to the 7th. Feel free to pause the video and attempt these yourself. So first, let's start off with f of x equals x to the 5th power. So f prime of x equals 5 times x to the 5 minus 1. This gets us 5x to the 4th power. This is the derivative of x to the 5th. Now let's move on to f of x equals x to the 6th power. So this would be f prime of x equals 6 times x raised to the 6 minus 1 power. This gets us 6x to the 5th power. And this is the derivative of x to the 6th power. And finally, let's do f of x equals x to the 7th power. So we would write out f prime of x equals 7 times x to the 7 minus 1. Doing the basic math here, that gets us 7x raised to the 6th power. And this would be the derivative of x to the 7th power. Okay, that was pretty quick because, hey, it's easy. So without any further ado, let's move on to more problems here. So we have the following functions: f of x equals 6x to the 6th power, f of x equals 4x to the 7th power, and f of x equals 11x to the 8th power. So we changed things up here a bit. So let's start with the first one, 6x to the 6th power. So we would write this out as f prime of x equals 6 times 6x raised to the 6 minus 1. Doing the basic math, that gets us 36x to the 5th power. So we found the derivative of our first function here. Now moving on to the second function, f of x equals 4x to the 7th power. Write out f prime of x equals 7 times 4x to the 7 minus 1. Doing the basic math, that gets us 28x to the 6th power. So we found the derivative of our second function. Last but not least here, f of x equals 11x to the 8th power. I am so sorry. I have no idea what happened there. So anyways, let's get back on topic here. We will write out f prime of x equals 8 times 11x raised to the 8 minus 1 power. Doing the basic math, again, it would get us 88x to the 7th power. And this will be the derivative of 11x raised to the 8th power. So if you were able to work through this yourself, great job, you're on the right track. But we got more problems ahead of us, so let's keep going. So we have more basic functions here, and if you look at the exponents, you realize they're a lot bigger compared to our previous examples, but don't be scared, that's why I'm here. So starting with the first one, 2x to the 10th power, f prime of x equals 10 times 2x raised to the 10 minus 1. Doing the basic math, that gets us 20x to the 9th power. So we found the derivative of the first function, easy peasy. Now it's time for the second function, 9x to the 11th power, f prime of x equals 11 times 9x raised to the 11 minus 1. Doing the basic math again, that gets us 99x raised to the 10th power. So that's the derivative of the second function here. Moving on to the third function, f of x equals 8x raised to the 12th power. Write out f prime of x equals 12 times 8x raised to the 12 minus 1. Doing the basic math, that gets us 96x raised to the 11th power. And this will be the derivative of our third function. Okay, great. Well, if you're new to calculus, this may seem overwhelming at first, but I am telling you, with enough practice, this is very easy. So, without any further ado, let's move on to our last three problems. Let our last three problems be bigger functions. So, starting off with the first one, f of x equals 36x raised to the 11th power. Write out f prime of x equals 11 times 36x raised to the 11 minus 1. Doing the math here, this would get us 396x raised to the 10th power. So we found the derivative of our first function here. Moving on to the second, f of x equals 45x raised to the 13th power. Write out f prime of x equals 13 times 45x raised to the 13 minus 1 power. Doing the math here, that gets us 585x raised to the 12th power. This is the derivative of the second function. And last but not least, f of x equals 50x raised to the 21st power. We write out f prime of x equals 21 times 50x raised to the 21 minus 1 power. Okay, then, doing the math here, that would get us 1050x raised to the 20th power. And this would be our answer for the third function. All right, that is going to be all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it or learned something from this. And if you did, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let me know in the comment section what you liked, what needs to be improved, and so on. That's going to be it from me, and I will see you in the next one.